Welcome to episode 59 of Lost in Immersion, your weekly 45-minute stream about innovation. As VR and AR veterans, we will discuss the latest news of the immersive industry. Hello, guys. I hope you had a good week. And what are the
Hi.
news you would like to share with us? Fabien.
Okay, so I have two news today. One which is actually a couple of weeks old, which is the automatic room scanning feature on Meta Quest 3. So a couple of weeks back, we showcased how the Vision Pro looks at the space where it's in, and we look at the mesh and how it looks like and the automatic detection of surfaces. And it seems like the MetaQuest has the same feature. And actually, I checked on my headset, which is up to date, and I don't have this feature. So I'm not really sure how it's rolled out, or is it like randomly rolled out to selected users. But as you can see here, there is a feature work anyway. So you can see here how the user just has to walk around in a room. So this part with the mesh is really similar to the one that currently exists, but on top of it, detection. The TV here you can see the doors, windows, table, couch seems to be automatic uh, in this new update. And what seems to be really good because it's really cool to have this feature, but what do we make of it, right? Well, actually, what is said below is that the if there is a table that is automatically detected, it can be used automatically as a desk in workrooms. And you see here it says sitting on the couch, the sitting use of this automatic detection mode, and yeah. So that's it for this new update. I'm really looking forward to try it myself. Um, and I think, Seb, what do you think? And I don't think you have it on yours, right?
Now that you mention it, I think I tested it with, but it needs to be implemented inside your game. But they released like 1 month ago an escape game sample template, where the first step is to scan your room and that position different things in your environment for the escape game. Um, so I do not remember having the information about what was scanned and what was a couch, what was a TV. I think in the implementation they only scan the wall and the environment to get shapes, so boxes, so to avoid object being displayed automatically dropped in those space for the escape game, but it was working quite great actually. Yeah, but it's not like a default thing that appears directly inside the default view where you can select your app. It needs to be done in implemented inside the application, from what I understood.
Yeah, here they say that it's from the settings of the Quest, and yeah, I'm sure there is a step that needs to be done in each games. Yeah. What do you think, Guillaume?
Not much to say. I don't have the Quest 3, so I'll trust you on this one.
But
Okay.
yeah, in terms of functionality, that's something that was already available on the HoloLens for a long time. And it was implemented in the first game that was released on the first HoloLens, which was quite kind of amazing at the time. and the way the scan is being done and the mesh is being rendered and the segmentation of the different things, how it works, it was kind of the same in the HoloLens. So it's great that it's coming to the Quest 3, because that's really helpful to make mixed reality game that will fit your environment and be usable. Otherwise, you need a specific room that you configure every time the same way, and then you are not compatible with all the different space that the user has to play with.
Yeah, something I'm wondering as well is how big space that can be scanned, like in a house, in a room. Seems like seems to be fine, but can we scan, I don't know, a warehouse or some larger areas like that? Something to try.
In the flat I am right now, I did like a 50-60 meter square space, which was scanned correctly. But then the issue is that they have, the boundaries that are displayed by default are still limiting you in terms of space that you can move inside the game. But now there is an option to deactivate that, but you have every time you launch the game to go to the menu and set the boundary to be off. So it's kind of painful and not automatic. That if I can remove that needs now that have this functionality, that could be great. So we can really move in big space in mixed reality.
Okay, cool. Anything to add on that topic?
No,
No?
just
Oh,
I need to do a test in a bigger space to see how much it can scan.
yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, I will test again in a couple of days, see if I have that update. The other topic that I had for today, very quickly, is I got my hands on this device, which is we're like this, and it's a brainwave sensor, and I do I share my screen. Okay, so you see in real time, it's actually very easy to use. There are SDKs and libraries online to use, and it's using Bluetooth to connect to the device. So yeah, the original goal of this kind of device is to use, for example, for focus and meditation. And there is an app on the smartphone where, for example, you do a meditation session, and you have kind of real-time feedback to know if the meditation that you are doing is going well. But I think there are also some other interesting features, like usage for, I don't know, art installation or thing like that, where we can use the brainwave as an input. So for example, here you see I'm just pressing my hand on the desk, and you can see how it changes um, the wave. So it's actually, or if I blink very quickly. So I'm just starting to explore this, but I think it can be used for pretty interesting stuff. And so it's pretty basic, but you have like the head position, and I got disconnected. Well, anyway, it's very light, so it's very easy to put on. So I'm starting to quite like this, to see and to explore this, so see how we can use it. And it's supposed to be also like a heart rate sensor, so we can use this as well. So yeah, it's a bit of a gadget for now, but I'm curious to know to discuss with you what you think of this. Start with you, Seb, as usual.
Yeah, I wonder if there is any model or specific information that you can get. We saw that there is like 4 different information and with line that you get information from. Yeah, I wonder how accurate and what does it mean? Does it mean it scan different part of the brain and it means that you are searching in specific part of your brain, like sentences or ideas or creative ideas, or you are doing an action like you were saying, you are pressing a button or blinking your eyes? Is that like, is there any AI model that can scan that and identify which kind of action you are doing, or that needs to be
I'm
built
sure
up?
there is. Yeah, it needs to be here. It's like the raw data. So it's like alpha waves and stuff like that. That I actually need to do some research on it to be able to actually use it.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's very raw data. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's very interesting. Yeah. Hmm. What about you again? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have access to 4 brainwaves, or do you have more than this? Because if I can remember correctly, the BCI we use like for just use it as an input for up, down, left, right. I guess you needed like 12 different measures to be able to achieve this kind of stuff. So do you have access for of only 4 like this, like the interface you presented, or do you have more than that?
As far as I know, yeah, only these 4.
Okay. So yeah, this is fun because it reminds me of I don't know if you can remember the project Mayo, which was a wristband for analyzing the muscle contraction and for you to be able to create a whole new interactive device. And when we received it, we only had access to the raw data as well. And when we asked for more, they just said that yeah, they didn't work on the the upper layer of interaction, and that they would gather our data, and maybe in the future we'll have this better interface or better knowledge of the data that they are receiving. And unfortunately we never had this because the company just closed. I think this is Google or Meta, they are working on something like this. And we know that, as you mentioned, Seb, creating a layer of AI that would be able to, yeah, I don't know, predict or know what you're doing is a very long road to go to go on. So we'll see. Maybe the community will be effective on this one. You didn't mention the price of this device.
It's around. I'm doing the conversion from yen to USD. I think it's about 300 USD.
Okay, so
A bit
it's
less,
not,
I think.
yeah, it's not just a gadget. It's a bit more than that. And do you try this coupled with a VR on VR headsets? Do you have the space to wear both?
That's a good question. I mean, we can try it, right? Just like here and the Vision Pro live demo. I guess I need to put it after. I think it would be a bit difficult. I have to put it like inside.
Yeah, you
Maybe
have
it could work. Yeah.
pressure just around the ears, I
Yeah.
guess.
And some sensors are here, so I need to be really like
Mm.
pressed on the behind the ears. I need to test for the Quest 3 actually. Maybe it would be easier.
But the form factor, which is very small, for what I'm looking at, I guess it would be easy. It would be an easy integration inside the strap. If at some point some Meta or Apple would like to implement this. We know that Apple is trying to get this brainwave data from the iPods. I don't know what is the name.
AirPods.
AirPods. Yeah, sorry. So we'll see if they can get this as well.
Yep.
I'm just imagining the amount of work to also train the model for each person, because everyone has different brainwave. So yeah.
Yeah, the
It's like,
calibration process of the BCI is always a pain, very painful.
yeah, it's gonna be another bargain. Yeah.
Okay, so do you have another topic, Fabien?
No, that's it for me. Thanks.
Okay, so Seb, it's your turn.
All right. So today I want to talk about the event that Microsoft did last week, and when they announced the Copilot+PC models that they are releasing. So their new Surface PC, which will have a NPU chip to cover the AI, all the AI part of the Copilot system that will be compatible with all the Microsoft application and will be embedded inside the PC. And they also announced that those PC will be equipped with a Qualcomm Snapdragon X Elite chipset. I think they are trying to compete a lot, and that's what they're mentioning during the conference, is to compete with the Mac Air M3 computer. And sorry about the and they showcase different use case, and one was quite kind of interesting. Is that they asked Copilot to speak about what to do in the game, and it was a Minecraft game, and so the Copilot was reacting to what was displayed on screen and guiding the user on what to do in real time with the nice voice that we saw on the ChatGPT 4.0. The same kind of vibes in terms of emotion and speed of reaction. So very interesting to see here. There is zombie coming, and the AI is saying, "Oh, run away! There is zombie coming! Run faster!" And this is only one of the use case. So yeah, having that inside embedded inside the PC with a specific chipset to handle the A part, I think would be a game changer. So I'm happy to see your input in that, and what you think about that. I don't know, Guillaume, if you want to start.
Yeah, sure. So first of all, Microsoft announced that the Surface devices would be no more a few weeks back, and now we are just discovering that the Surface is just becoming AI empowered. So it's less a surprise because for them to be completely discarding this line of products would have been very strange. So it's a bit reassuring. Then I don't know if we talked about this between us, but this PC or one of these is announced to be able to take screenshots of what you're doing every 15 seconds and then analyze the context of your behavior of your work, and the AI would be able to help you. So it's a master clip guy that would be able to help you through your activities. Of course, there are things that these data are kept locally and they won't be sent to them for any kind of data training. So we give you the choice of trusting that or not. But what is very interesting is the Minecraft part, because it confirms in some way the prediction that Microsoft has released the Microsoft Mesh, which is the virtual reality application in Teams. And I really believe that the next step in Mesh is for you to have an AI avatar inside this world for you to be able to interact and work or whatever. And the fact that they can do that in Minecraft really confirm that it would be available through Copilot in the near future, I guess. So it's very interesting to see that they are some kind of following the best roadmap for them in the AI integration in the Microsoft ecosystem. I guess the key is really the ecosystem. We can see that with Google and Gemini, which is now completely able to go through all the different applications that are owned by Google. So yeah, and we saw that with Apple as well. So the key of the success with the use of AI is really having a broad extended ecosystem. So what do you think about this, Fabien?
Yeah. Um, so I think so. I have a couple of things that come up. First is so with Gemini, they announced the Gemini. Forgot the name. Nano, maybe, that will live and stay on the phone, and suppose not to use the internet connection. Here, I'm really curious to know how it works. With that screenshot feature that you talked about. They say that it stays on the computer. So do they have like a smaller version of GPT embedded on the computer, um, or is there like a pre-process to anonymize data and then it goes to the cloud? I'm not sure. It would be an interesting feature if they manage to have like an embedded version of GPT. And I guess so. Microsoft did something, Google did something. The next is Apple. So what is the next? What will be, sorry, the equivalent of that for iOS and macOS? I think we can get a hint from the OpenAI announcement a couple of weeks back. They showcased the macOS app, and someone who similar to this can assist into what you are doing on your Mac. And actually, I've seen the app available today for me, so I downloaded it. The new models is not available yet, but the app actually is actually there. So, and I know that there was some rumors between Apple and OpenAI as well. So, will it come to iOS? Maybe. Yeah, it will be very interesting to see how all of this plays out, and all the privacy stuff, as you mentioned, like all like very important privacy stuff for people working in like defense or governments or whatever, and also our own privacy. So yeah.
All right. Yeah, I guess having the NPU on the chipset is on the PC directly is to have GPT 4.0 running directly on the computer and being fast in terms of It will not depend on the internet connection and quality of connection to answer to you the fastest as possible. But now, like you said, we don't know if they will gather information to even improve their model. At least that's what they would say. So we'll see what kind of option there is also to limit what kind of data are sent back to them. I guess they would be very careful about that because they will be watch around this kind of things. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the first kind of AAMR game that is coming to that is available now for the Apple Vision Pro, which is Demeo. It was already available on the Quest device and Quest3. So it's a mixed reality application where it's a role play game where you can play with different person and play a real role play game where you throw your don't have the name, guys. Dice on the table, and depending on the dice number that you get, you are able to do different action. So it's interesting to see because they are also displaying the fact that you can look and play with a tablet, so an iPad tablet, at the same time as a user using a Vision Pro. So they already thought about not having a lot of Vision Pro device next to each other to play. But
You
yeah, it's
just have one
interesting.
rich friend.
But yeah, it's interesting to see that big studio are trying to put game on the Apple Store for the Vision Pro. So we'll see if that's move forward and if it helps selling more device. And I would be curious, Fabien, if you have the chance because you have the Vision Pro to maybe buy it and test it to see how it looks, if it's usable, if it's nice. Because of course the video here, it's a trailer, so it looks perfect. But I will be keen to know how it looks in the device.
Yeah, so having tested the Vision Pro for quite a few months now, so yeah, looking at something and pinching is great up until you need to do something fast. And so I guess for now, until the Vision Pro has like controllers, it will be only like slow-paced games. So I think this one seems to be a good fit for this kind of user interface, because if you have I don't know, as I mentioned, a very fast-paced movements to do that could be very difficult without controllers. Or you do it on the iPad. But I will try it, see how it looks. Seems to look really cool.
As you are testing this, I know that the one of maybe the first AAA games made by Marvel, the What If application, will be released in 2 days. So if you can get your hands on this as well, if I understand correctly, it can understand the whole environment and adapt the AR view regarding where you are and what you are looking at. So very interesting to see this maybe higher level app, maybe what they can do when you have the budget and the backup sponsors, because we know that Disney and Apple and Marvel, they all have this partnership, so it should be one of the great hits. And as you mentioned, Seb, I guess this is the kind of application they want to push for people to adopt this device. So we'll see what they can create with this.
All right. Thanks. So up to you now. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me. Once again, my share screen is it working? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I would like to the non-artist to be able to popularize a page, and you have doing its the picture of AI, the 360 view to the object, and on it's an the 3D object you can download and imports inside your uh, done very fast. It took me less than 30 minutes. The only downside for all this is that the you can see generated through especially the automation of grain on the surface, so it's if you don't have the texture or the colors on it, it's very the other thing is that when you're doing or using the online version, you don't have the colors or texture on your on the user. Several samples, for example, see it's fast. This is why you can do something very easily. The scale is very easy to adjust as well. First step into this to create and generate. It's more mock-up, searching for assets, which can be quite time-consuming. You can have a very easy also to add all 3D generation that was released like last week, which is called Cat3, paper team research team, and the idea is basically the same, meaning that you have a 3D view through is the three models. They are objects, and I found the idea that um, you can use those three versions inside your VR app as well. So very interesting to see where this is going. We are seeing a lot of improvement through the last weeks. So I guess so. Fabien, what's your
But the past weeks, that was quite amazing. Just from one single link, that I would say well known. So the like not or whatever, but something in the I would say the database of objects, I suppose, where the AI will be trained on. So everyday life objects, it works really well. It's also really cool to see how different technologies are merged to achieve the end results. So just as you mentioned right now, the 3D reconstruction, and instead of creating the object using another technology to do the Gaussian splatting and nerf, it's really I think one hint into the power of AI, like merging and increasing technology really fast. So yeah, pretty cool.
Just to
Seb?
precise that
Oh, sorry.
the the GitHub there's no GitHub project for the Cat 3D yet, so they are just showcasing their technology a bit like most of the big players. They are just showcasing their paper and they are not giving us the code or anything to try on our own. So we'll keep an eye on it and maybe we'll get we'll get the ability to test this. Yeah, Seb.
Yeah, yeah, like you said, very interesting to see how they're merging the AI tech can be used to improve the result and get really nicer and nicer result easily from one picture. That's kind of amazing. And I'm wondering with the Cat 3D if there is any prompt ability to modify the input picture or to get a different 3D look of your output.
There are
Look
no
into that.
information about this, but just on a side note about innovation and progress, we now know that for the Sora, the movie AI generator, you have access to the in painting capability that is known now for the 2D generation. You can do the same with your video, meaning that you just have to tag or to highlight the part of the video you would like to change, and it can generate only or regenerate only the part that you want it to change. So also very very powerful because we all know that it would have been one of the downside of the video generation because it's a very long process, and having to play this Russian roulette of generating movies and so on would have been very time consuming and costly as well. So yeah, the ability to change some details on the generated content it's a great improvement, and I'm very surprised that they are releasing it already. It's also they are learning from what they are doing in the 2D world, and they are just pushing it in the movie world. So very interesting to see that, as you mentioned, Fabien, they are uh, having better understanding of what AI is doing, and they are taking the good part of every different project and putting them together to have very very interesting results very fast. So there are no yeah very very interesting to see that it's um, helping each other and to see that the result is better at the end. So any last comment, news, or no, Fabien,
Yeah,
Seb?
more tests to do,
Oh.
I guess.
Okay, yeah, lots of things to do
Mm.
as always.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's it for today. We'll see you guys next week for another episode of Lost in Immersion. See you guys.
Thanks.
Thanks. Bye, guys.